But I think that you have to ask Joe Biden. Whatever he does turns out to be wrong. We saw it with the debacle in Afghanistan. We're seeing Ukraine crumble apart as well right now. And here we are. The reason that Hamas feels comfortable doing this is because they don't respect Joe Biden. Nobody respects him. He's a gutless wonder. Nobody respects him. And that's why these terrorist groups are reigning free right now.
Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. So here is the crazy thing about Joe Biden and the current state of things. And I say things because it's basically the current state of everything. I would bet you that if we asked a group of people what we should impeach Joe Biden, what we could impeach Joe Biden for, we'd have about a dozen different answers. And all of them, probably about all of them would be valid. But I think what we have here might be the most impeachable offense the man has actually committed. And it's not rooted in illegality or criminality or bribery as far as we know. It's rooted in complete and total incompetence. And guys, it is costing lives all over the world. All over the world. But before we get into that, I just want to thank everyone that's been subscribing and commenting. Really appreciate the support, guys. And if you haven't, please help this channel to continue to grow. Just like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the videos. People need to see these things. So as you guys know, over the weekend, Israel was attacked by terrorists. And not by freedom fighters or anything like that. They were attacked by terrorists. They invaded the country to kill and kidnap women, children, non-military innocent civilians. And now we're learning a couple things. We're learning that Americans are likely among the killed and among the kidnapped. And we're learning that Americans, the Democrat Socialist Party, which has multiple members in Congress, unfortunately, unbelievably, actually support these killings. But for those of us that aren't completely crazy yet, you know, we recognize that these people, they're terrorists, they're monsters. These are not the sort of people you engage in peace talks with. You know, these are the types of people that you got to deal with. You got to deal with them swiftly, and you got to deal with them decisively as possible. Anyway, you know, I'm hoping that this is a moment and a feeling that American voters notice and don't forget, like we always have such a short memory. Because I believe that the $6 billion that Joe Biden gave to Iran on the anniversary of 9/11, no less. And remember, Iran is not only a country that hates us and hates Israel, but they're also the primary financial supporters of Hamas, Hezbollah. Hamas is responsible for this attack, you know, and I'm not the only, you know, I'm not the only one. Let's have a look at what some Republican senators have got to say about this.
An amount of authority as well. We're going to be there for Israel, whatever it takes.
Well, you know, and Senator, you talk about this administration and their support for Iran. I mean, we look at that money that they just unfroze, $6 billion. So why is this administration, and mind you, he announced that on 9/11, and then that money likely went to this 9/11 style attack in Israel. But why is this administration funding terrorists?
Well, you should ask them. Barack Obama himself said, whatever Joe Biden is doing on the foreign relations front for national security, you should basically do the opposite. And I'm kind of paraphrasing there because this is a G-rated TV show here. But I think that you have to ask Joe Biden. Whatever he does turns out to be wrong. We saw it with the debacle in Afghanistan. We're seeing Ukraine crumble apart as well right now. And here we are. The reason that Hamas feels comfortable doing this is because they don't respect Joe Biden. Nobody respects him. He's a gutless wonder. Nobody respects him. And that's why these terrorist groups are reigning free right now.
Senator Marshall, thanks for joining us. Yeah, we've got war now.
So yeah, I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think of all that. You know, it's obviously impossible to say where, what, you know, 3, 2, 1. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think about all that. And obviously, it's impossible to say where and what the $6 billion that, in full disclosure, Iran does not even have yet will go. We don't know where it's going to go, but I think it's safe to say, it's safe to make a couple of assumptions. You know, Iran can and will use its current funds in ways that it probably wouldn't have or been able to if it wasn't for the U.S. government releasing all these other funds. You know, it's also safe to say that they smell weakness. You know, they got a great Satan, U.S., and their weak and feckless leader to bend and capitulate to their will on the anniversary of 9/11. You know, they can make a calculated bet that whatever happens in the Middle East, we're not coming to play. We're not going to get involved. You know, we don't know what they're thinking. You know, we don't know if Iran had anything to do with any of it, although it is being reported by the Wall Street Journal that they've been planning it for weeks. But what we do know is that they are a state sponsor of Hezbollah. They are a state sponsor of Hamas. And they do have as their stated goal the destruction of Israel and the destruction of the U.S. So why in the hell are we allowing them to even have one extra dollar? You know, let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Those are mine. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel. We'll see you in the next one. We'll be watching all this real close.